Today for math, we are talking about ordinal numbers. Ordinal numbers would be used when you want to tell what order something happened in. So ordinal numbers are the numbers like first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And those are the ones we'll be working with today. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And if you looked at page 152 in your math book, you can follow along with me as we do this lesson. The first direction, we're going to look up here at our kangaroos. And it says to trace the circle around the joey that is third from the pouch. And they already did that for you. This is the one that would be first, second, and here's the one that is third. So you're going to trace that circle around the one that is third. Trace a line under the joey that is second. So here's the joey that's first, and Joey's a baby kangaroo. So we have first, and then he would be second. So we would trace that line under the one that is second. The next direction says put an X on the joey that is fourth. So we've got first, second, third, he would be fourth, so we would trace that X. So we're going to move down here to the pictures of our cats or kittens. And the cats are all facing in this direction toward the yarn. So we're going to start to count our cats right here. They're all facing in this direction. So they're kind of lining up to get to that ball of yarn. The first one direction says to draw a line under the fifth cat from the yarn. So we have to draw a line under the fifth cat from the yarn. So let me go up here and get my pen. And we're going to draw a line under the fifth cat. So here's the first one, second, third, fourth, and there's fifth. So we're going to draw a line under the fifth. The next direction says circle the fourth cat. First, second, third, fourth. There he is. So let's draw a circle around the fourth cat. And the last direction on this page says to draw an X on the second cat, the second. So here's first, here's second. So we're going to put an X on the cat that is second. All right, we're going to move on to page number 153. And now we see some camels in the desert. And they are all facing this oasis where they're going to get a drink. So they're all facing in this direction. So we would start our saying that this was the first camel, right? First, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Now the first direction on this page says to draw around a box around the third camel from the water. So the third camel from the water is going to get a box. So I better go grab my pen, huh? So first, second, third. This guy right here is third. I'm going to try and draw a box the best I can. Nice. Try to get some straight lines going there. There's the box around the third camel. Then it says to draw an X on the fifth camel. Does fifth sort of sound like 5 to you, right? So if we would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or first, second, third, fourth, fifth. And so he is the fifth camel. We're going to put an X on that fifth camel. And the last direction for the camel says to draw a line under the fourth camel. And does fourth sound like 4 to you? So if we went 1, 2, 3, 4, first, second, third, fourth, yep. Let's draw a line under the fourth camel. All right, moving down to this bottom picture where we see some toucans. Now the toucans are all lined up to get to the berries. So we'll start to count here because he's the closest to the berries. So it says to draw a box. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. Draw a box around the second bird. So he would be the first bird. He would be second. second. All right. There's the second bird. After we do that, it said to draw an X on the third bird. So first, second, there's the third. We're going to put an X right on him. And the last thing that's asking us to do is to draw a line under the first bird, the first. So here is the first bird. He is the first one in line to get those berries. All right, we are moving right along. Here we are on the last page of our practice papers, and it is on page 154. Now it says to draw a sandwich on the first plate the ants will find. Now here are our ants down here. So the plate closest to them would be our first plate, right? So here are our ants. That is the first plate. And so I will draw a sandwich for those ants to find. The next direction says to draw a circle around the bird close on the third bird closest to the worm. So all of our birds are lining up to try to get to the worm. Here's the first, here's the second, and there's the third. So he gets a circle around him, the third. The next direction says put an X on the second caterpillar from the leaf. So do you see all of our caterpillars on the branch up here? They're all lining up to get to this leaf. And we're going to put an X on the second one. He would be first. Then this guy right here would be our second caterpillar. So he gets the X. And the last direction on this page says to draw a fourth ant in line to reach the plate. Well, there are only 3, so we only have first, second, and third. So in order to get that fourth ant, we have to draw it. So, oh boy. Let's see. There's a head. Ant has 3 body parts. There's his abdomen. All right, there's his tail. Let's give him some little ant legs. He has 6 legs. So he has 3 on each side. Because he's an insect. And there's our ant. He would be the fourth ant to reach the plate, and he's definitely the biggest ant, right? All right, so I'm going to let you practice with first, second, third, fourth, and fifth by doing pages 155 and 156 in your math workbook.